This is Tech Gears. My name is Levi, and today we're looking at my loadout and is really a Matsuda pouch worth it? If you're just joining the channel, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you find this helpful, and please consider subscribing or asking questions what you have below. So today the topic is going to be looking at a Matsuda pouch. Dan Matsuda is someone, I believe he worked for Triple Out Design. He has his own company. He does make these, where these release, I want to say like every few weeks, and they are super unique in a few factors. The first and foremost is going to be they're expensive. He releases them at retail for about $200 to $240, sometimes more, depending what you want to add to it, whether it be an internal pouch or whether it be a Velcro patch. Also, every one he uses different materials, different patterns, different textures. So this one specifically is an orange VX material, so it is more waterproof. I do have a 1000D Kuduro one. This one specifically I am selling, so hopefully if you wanted one, this is actually already gone. I do apologize, but I did want to do a quick review on how I load it out, because a lot of folks look at the Matsuda and they want to say, is it worth it? And for that, I'm going to tell you it's worth it because it's pretty much being handmade. I feel like these are labors of love for him. He makes limited amounts, so each one does have its own value. Each one is unique. He has incredible designs and colorways, and it's something that is going to be unique in who it's made by, how many are made, the materials being used, and essentially they just keep their value. If you are looking for one, I just want to give a shout out to the carryology community. If you're looking for a Dan Matsuda pouch, I would say that's the best way to find one. Just asking around, and a lot of folks, again, maybe they're going to make some money on it, so they'll go a little bit above retail. Some folks are selling it at retail, sometimes slightly below, but almost, I wouldn't say as an investment, but if you buy one and you don't like it, it's pretty easy to turn around and sell it to someone else for what you paid, and you're going to get it. So this is something that is very much a staple, I think, in the carryology community, where it's adored, and it's for a couple reasons. One, its uniqueness. Two, the materials it has, where you can actually get one that maybe matches your carry and your load a little bit better. And we'll get into how it's customized on the inside really shortly here. But starting with the outside, Matsuda does use a unique kind of bungee system on both sides. One on the back. You can kind of take a look here. This bungee setup, obviously, you can use this for any number of things. You also have various latch points. You can kind of see here, you have 8 different points where you can use C-clips, and this is how I connect it to my GR1 on my other colorway, as well as you do have a pass-through here where you could use this as well as it does come with a clip to make this a sling. So you can be pretty creative in how you want to mount or use this. He does have his kind of signature circular patch set up. I never actually got one to use on here. I do have one on my other one, as well as another bungee tied on here in front. Now this does have a slit pocket here, but it is super, super thin. You can't really fit anything in here outside of maybe an iPhone with no case. Even a thin notebook really doesn't work in there, so I don't find it as useful. But having the kind of jumper cables here, the slip pocket, maybe that's more useful to you. Pack Stuff is another YouTube channel. Julie, shout out to her. I remember when she first got hers, she even said, hey, I'm not sure how to use it yet, and I believe now she uses it for specific things and she loves it. So I fell in love with mine, with my loadout, and that's with how I keep my DJI Osmo 5 for my iPhone kind of camera rig. So he generally has it set up, Matsuda, where he has 2 Velcro sides, and on this side, the Velcro just has 2 latch points. And hopefully you can see that here, 1, 2. So I have my iPhone mic here and the iPhone kind of mount here to go on the Osmo. On the other side, there's another Velcro, where this one has the Velcro pouch, which you can take right out, and you can make this area way bigger if you really wanted to. He also has a Velcro kind of pen loop that comes with certain of them. So if you like that, depending on the colorway, depending on the model you get, you are going to be able to kind of fine tune that. I was able to trade my kind of pen loop Velcro for a black pouch on my other one, and I find it way more useful, and he found that more useful. So it's all a very personalized setup. Now, this does not have it, but my other one, this just creates a very open dump pocket. You do have a little space on the side, on both sides here, that you can fit. I have a few small notebooks here. It's not big enough for a switch or anything, maybe a battery bank on the outside. My other one does have an internal pouch right here where it actually has Velcro along, so I have kind of a divider between both sides that I actually really enjoy. This one is more open, so depending how you want it set up, you can customize that a little bit more, or find a colorway that just works better for what you are trying to do. But that gives you an idea. In the Velcro pouch I have here, take a look, I do have the tripod that comes with it, as well as a few odds and end cables there, and it just fits everything really well. So some of the things I don't like, there is no handle. There's no grab space on any of this. This isn't perfectly waterproof, and none of them are. And the reason I bring that up is some of the other options in the market that I really enjoy. I was able to fit everything in here into this one. This is a Bellroy Tech Kit. They do sell a Tech Kit Mini, and you can kind of just see it's a little bit thinner, but still fits everything. It's shorter and fits everything, and they're about the same width or height there. So you can have a smaller device. Now in this, it does get fairly packed out, so this is really full, but at least in the Carryology collab version of this, it does have AquaGuard zips, so this is a little bit more waterproof. Can I say I prefer this one over this one? I mean, I would say this actually fits into my bags a little bit more, where I like that it takes up more space. It's kind of a nice fit depending on the bag. This being smaller, honestly, I probably should just take advantage of it, because then you have more space. So just fitting wise, I probably will go back to this one. Now, if you don't want to get this one, this specific version I think is about 65 or 75. They do have a variety of other colors, and I think they go for around that $60 or $65. And Encase with their Bionic, I believe, as well as Native Union, both make tech kits that are pretty much exact replicas of this one. And those go for like 30 or 40, a lot cheaper on Amazon. I can't tell you you're getting more functionality out of the Dan Matsuda than those. You're not getting the colorways, the construction, the one-offs, the uniqueness, the size obviously is a bit bigger, and depending what your loadout is, this may fit it way better. So, and it's all very personal, and if you've been wanting one, I would tell you, go ahead and get it. Just try it. Another option that's been super popular amongst the Carryology community, and amongst I think most people looking for pouches altogether, are going to be the Cap 2. And if you look at these two, they are really close to the same size. You can see that both in height and width. In depth, again, these are super similar, but I also find that the Cap 2 offers just way more functionality. So this specific colorway was a little bit harder to find, but you can get just a regular black Cap 2 for $65. Maybe you have to wait a little bit longer, or you can find those either on eBay and the Carryology community for much less than the Dan Matsuda. This operates great as a desktop stand. I've used this as a camera cube, as a toiletry kit. I can fit everything from there in here fairly easily with room to spare. So even though they're the exact same, I shouldn't say exact same, but very familiar dimensions, I find this being also a VX material, also having the addition of AquaGuard zips, being waterproof, a little bit more padded. As much as I really wanted to like this, and I do enjoy it, and obviously I have another one I definitely am keeping, It's one of those I could probably recommend the Cat 2 for more people depending what your loadout is, but the mounting options on this I think come in really handy. I think the customizations with the Velcro strips on that can come in very handy. If you're going to be using the bungee cords for certain items that you really find useful, there's a lot of unique aspects that Matsuda does incredibly well. And obviously you're just supporting, I don't want to say a small local business, because obviously he's not that, but he is someone local. You're supporting a person, and for me that comes in a long way. You know who, you know what you're buying. It's not just some large company going into a big monster factory. This is something that's made in a labor of love. There's a few other companies I can talk about that do the same thing, and even with Evergoods, just the fact that you can actually email Jack and they respond is incredible, and they do give answers on why they're doing things, why things are taking late, and they really do their best to come out with really quality products. They do the same thing. So the Matsuda Pouch, Dan Matsuda, and what he does, really cool. I think this thing is awesome. I think it's worthwhile to try depending what you're looking to load out. You may find this incredibly useful. For me, I've had this with my iPhone kit, which I've taken with me, and I use probably once a week. So I actually put this from bag to bag, and I've really enjoyed it, just fitting with pretty much every bag I put in, where I just really did enjoy it. But I do have a friend who actually was asking for it. I'm like, you know what? I find my other pouches maybe slightly more useful, and I'd rather go to someone who's really looking for it and enjoying it, so I'm just paying it forward. So if you have an extra pouch that you're looking for, you're not using, go on the Curiology community forums, join the forums. If you have questions, you're looking for something, everyone has been super helpful. It's just a really nice group of people, and I'm glad I'm part of it. Hopefully this can help you guys as far as what I load out, what are the benefits, and if it's worth it. Well, with that all said, this is Levi with Tech Ears. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time.